Good day everyone. Welcome to today's session on the harnessing the power of prompt engineering. This is an essential part of our core generative AI in everyday life. Today, we will explore how to create effective instruction called prompts to get the best results from AI systems like ChatGPT or any other generative AI. Prompt engineering is all about giving clear, effective instructions to AI system. This skill will help you make AI work smarter for you. Whatever you are using AI for work, studies, or personal use, learning how to craft the right prompts will save you time and improve the results you get. In this session, I will share simple techniques and strategies that you can apply immediately. We will also go through some examples to make these ideas clearer. By the end of this session, you will know how to guide AI systems in a way that unlocks their full potential. So let's dive in and begin our journey towards mastering prompt engineering. Let's begin by understanding what prompt engineering is. In simple terms, prompt engineering means creating clear and specific instructions for an AI system to ensure that it gives you the best possible response. A prompt is the input you give to the AI, like a question, command, or even an example of what you want. Now, why is this important? Because AI systems like ChatGPT don't know what you want until you tell them. The better you prompt, the better the response you will get. Think of the AI as a helper following your instructions. If the instructions are unclear or vague, the AI would not know how to help. But with clear, specific instructions, the AI can perform much better. For example, if you want the AI to write a story, simply saying write a story might result in something random and not useful. But if you say write a story about a detective solving a mystery in a small town, that AI knows exactly what you are asking for. In this session, we will learn different techniques to make your prompt more effective. You will also see how small changes can lead to big improvements in AI's response. So let's get started with prompt engineering. Now let's talk about what a prompt really is. A prompt is the instruction or input you provide to an AI system to guide its response. It can be as simple as word or as detailed as a paragraph. Prompts are the starting point for any interaction with AI. For example, if you ask the AI, what is the capital of France? It will likely give you the correct answer, that is Paris. But prompts can also be more detailed, like explain the history of Paris as a cultural hub in Europe, which requires a more thoughtful and complex response. There are different types of prompts. Some are open-ended, like tell me about renewable energy, which encourages exploration. Others are more specific. List 3 benefits of using solar panels for home energy, which helps when you need focused answers. When creating prompts, 2 different factors are clarity and context. Now, what is clarity? Your prompt should be simple and easy to understand. Avoid vague and confusing language. And regarding context, give enough background information so that AI can provide a relevant response. For example, if you are asking for advice, specify who the advice is for or the situation. The AI will respond based on the prompt you provide. If your prompt is too general, the AI may give a broad response that's not useful. But if you provide clear instructions and context, the AI can deliver responses that are better suited to your needs. In the next part, we will look at how to make your prompts even more effective with practical techniques. Now that we understand what prompts are, let's look at the key elements that make a prompt effective. Crafting a good prompt is like giving instruction to someone who is eager to help but needs clear guidance. Here are the three main elements. The first one is clarity. Your prompt should be simple and easy to understand. Avoid using complicated or ambiguous terms. For example, instead of saying explain complex scientific theories, say explain Einstein's theory of relativity in simple terms. Then specificity. Be specific as possible. If you want a list, ask for it. If you need detailed steps, make that clear. For instance, instead of asking, how do I bake a cake? Say, list step-by-step instructions for baking a chocolate cake. This helps the AI give you exactly what you need. Then the context. Provide enough background for the AI to understand the situation. For example, if you are asking for career advice, say who it's for. What career options would you suggest for a high school student interested in technology? This helps the AI tailor its response. Let's look at a simple example. The prompt write about technology is too broad and could lead to many different answers. But we refined it to say write a 300-word article about how smartphones have changed communications. The AI knows exactly what to do. By focusing on clarity, specificity, and context, you can improve the response you get from AI. Remember, the better you prompt, the better the output. Now that we understood the key elements of a good prompt, let's look at some important principles to guide your prompt design. Following these principles will help you get these best results from AI systems. Again, it is clarity. Always make your prompt clear and easy to understand. Ambiguous instructions can confuse the AI and lean irrelevant or incorrect answers. Instead of asking, explain the history of science, you could say, give a brief history of scientific method from its origin to modern times. This removes any ambiguity and makes the request clearer. Relevance makes sure your prompt is focused on the output you want. Stay on the topic to get responses that are useful. For example, instead of asking, tell me about space, you could say, describe the key discoveries in the space exploration in the last 50 years. This narrows the focus and ensure the AI knows exactly what to provide. Then comes the contextualization. Provide enough context so that AI can deliver a response that fits the situation. For instance, if you need advice on something, include key details such as audience or the context. Instead of asking, how should I study for an exam? Say, what are different effective study strategies for a college level biology exam? This gives the AI necessary information to tailor the advice. Then iteration. Sometimes the first prompts would would not give you the perfect answer. Don't hesitate to refine your prompt and try again. AI systems learn from feedback, so tweaking your prompts and iterating is key to achieving better results. Let's dive into some effective techniques from prompt engineering. These strategies can help you design prompts that get more accurate, relevant, and creative responses from AI. The first one is zero-shot prompting. This technique involves asking the AI to provide a task without providing examples. For example, you might ask, translate this sentence into French without providing any translations. The AI uses its training to understand and complete the task based on the instructions alone. The second one is few-shot prompting. Here, you provide the AI with examples of what you want. For instance, if you want the AI to generate a specific type of text, you might give it a couple of examples first. For example, write a poem about a tree. Here is an example. You give your example. Now, write one about the ocean. The examples help guide the AI towards the type of output you want. Then we come to chain of thought prompting. In this technique, you ask the AI to explain its reasoning step by step. This is especially helpful when working on complex problems. For example, you could say, explain how to solve this math problem, showing your work along the way. This helps the AI provide a more detailed and thoughtful answer. Then we come to role play and persona-based prompts. Here, you assign a role to the AI, asking it to respond from a specific perspective. For example, you might ask, imagine you are a nutritionist. What advice would you give to someone trying to eat healthier? This approach can make the AI response more relevant and insightful, as it provides a clear framework for the answer. To take your prompt engineering to the next level, there are few additional tools and techniques you can use to improve your results. The first one is AI model settings. Many AI systems allow you to adjust settings such as temperature and max tokens. The temperature controls the creativity of the response. Higher values mean more creative and varied response. Max tokens limit the length of the response. Adjusting these settings can help you fine-tune your prompts. Using examples to guide responses. When you need a specific type of answer, providing examples can be very helpful. For example, if you want the AI to generate a specific type of writing or output, show it an example of what you are looking for. This gives the AI a better idea of the tone, style, or format you need. Now, let's talk about the strategies to improve creating or technical outputs. If you want more creative response, ask for ideas in a more open-ended way. For technical tasks, provide precise instructions and define key terms. For example, write a story with a twist ending will prompt more creative response, while write a 500-word technical report on climate change will guide the AI to produce detailed, accurate content. Now, while prompt engineering can be very effective, there are some common mistakes to avoid. Let's look at few pitfalls. The first one is overloading prompts with information. It's tempting to include a lot of details in your prompt, but this can overwhelm the AI and lead to confusion. Keep your prompt focused and clear. For example, Instead of saying, explain the history, the impact, and the challenges of renewable energy in different countries, break it down into smaller, clearer prompts like what are the main challenges of renewable energy in Germany. Neglecting iterative refinement. Don't expect to get the perfect response on your first try. Prompt engineering is an iterative process. If the AI's response is not exactly what you want, try adjusting your prompt and ask again. Understanding the role of context. Without enough context, the AI might not provide a relevant answer. Always make sure your prompt includes the necessary background information so that the AI understands the situation and can give a more accurate response. Now let's take a moment to check your understanding of what we have covered so far. I have prepared some questions for you to test your knowledge. The first question to consider is, what is the primary goal of prompt engineering? Take a moment to consider what the answer should be. Upon reflection, the correct answer is, the main goal of prompt engineering is to create clear, precise instructions for an AI so it can generate the best possible response. The better your instructions, the better the AI's output. Let's move on to the next question. Which techniques involve providing multiple examples in a prompt? Again, take a moment to reflect on what the answer should be. Now, here is the response. This is called few-shot prompting. By giving the AI a few examples of the type of response you are expecting, you help guide it towards the correct outcome. Now that you have had a chance to think about this, let's move on more advanced strategies. Let's now explore some advanced strategies for more complex tasks. The first one is leveraging system prompts. In addition to user prompts, AI models can also use system-level instructions to guide response. System prompts can set the behavior of the AI, allowing you to define specific tone or style for the output. Using constraints to focus outputs. Adding constraints or specific instruction within your prompts can help limit the response to most relevant information. For example, write a 200-word summary of the main themes in the novel 1984. Limits the output to a focused response. Then we come to prompt chaining for complex tasks. For tasks that requires multiple steps, you can use prompt chaining. This means breaking down the task into smaller prompts and guiding the AI through each stage. For example, instead of asking for an entire report in one prompt, ask for an outline first, then a detail section, and finally the conclusion. After you have crafted a prompt, it's important to evaluate its effectiveness. Here are some tips for assessing your quality of AI output. Matrices for output quality. Look at the AI's response and ask yourself if it meets your expectation. Does it answer the question? Is it clear and relevant? Is it well organized? These are key aspects to evaluate. Techniques to analyze and iterate a prompt. If the AI's response is not quite right, refine your prompt, adjust the level of details, add context or clarity in your instructions. You can also analyze common patterns in responses to see if certain prompts consistently work better than others. Let's look at some real-world examples where prompt engineering can be applied. The first one is content creation. Whether it's writing blogs, poems, or even code, prompt engineering can help generate high quality content. For instance, by specifying a topic and the style of writing, you can create a wide variety of content quickly. AI can also assist in decision making by analyzing data and offering recommendation. Clear prompts can help guide AI to provide the most relevant insight. Again, by designing specific prompts for different learning styles, AI can offer tailored educational support, making learning more effective and engaging. Now again, let's check your understanding of some of the more advanced techniques we have discussed with few more questions. So, how would you define a prompt if the AI output is too broad? You can take a moment to reflect on what the answer should be. If the AI gives a response that's too general, you can refine your prompt by making it more specific. For example, instead of asking, "Tell me about space exploration," try asking, "What are the key milestones in space exploring in the last 50 years?" This directs the AI to provide more focused information. Again, come to one more question. Explain the use of role play prompts in practical scenarios. Again, take a moment. The answer is role play prompts are used when you want the AI to respond as if it's in a specific role or persona. For example, you could say, "Imagine you are a nutritionist. What you recommend for a healthy breakfast?" This helps the AI generate more tailored and insightful response based on the perspective it's assigned. Think about how you can apply these advanced techniques to your own prompts. Let's move ahead and continue refining your prompt engineering skills. Prompt engineering is a powerful tool. There are some challenges to consider. The first is limitations of current method. Sometimes AI may still misinterpret prompts or produce responses that are not quite right. This is partly due to the limitations of the AI's understanding and training data. As a result, prompt engineering often requires ongoing adjustments. In future, we may see advancements such as auto prompt generation, where the AI can create its own prompt based on the task at hand. Additionally, more AI systems might incorporate contextual learning, where they improve over time by learning from previous interactions. To wrap up, let's review what we have learned. We explored the fundamentals of prompt engineering, focusing on clarity, specificity, and context. We discussed several techniques for crafting effective prompts, such as zero shot, few shot, and chain of thoughts prompting. We also looked at how to evaluate and refine your prompts to improve AI performance. Now, I encourage you to experiment with the techniques we have discussed. The more you practice, the better you will get creating powerful prompts that help you achieve your goals with AI. Thank you for joining today's session. I look forward to seeing you in the next video of the series.